Hi guys, come portage with 6 ER boys in beautiful Algonquin Park. Let's go! We started off our trip with a quick pit stop at En route Berry so we could devour bacon and eggers. The drive was 2.5 hours and we listened to Joji and podcasts about messy relationships. Here's my boy Joe spraying insect repellent, making sure to not miss any spots. We picked up our gear from the outfitters and paddled out. Of course, we immediately encountered a slight obstacle. There was a small beaver dam, so we had to climb out and over with our canoes, but that's no problem because we are male nurses! And then it was time for our first portage. These canoes are no joke to carry. My shoulders were aching, fam, after balancing 75 pounds on my shoulders. But it was no problem for these Toronto mandems. Look how strong Wesley is. Here's his formal application for Physical 100 Season 3. After we brought the canoes to the next point, we went back for our packs. We had a pretty good system of switching with our boatmates and who would carry the boat and gear. It's just what we do. It was getting kind of hot, so the boys had to take a quick dip-oz in the lake-oz. Thankfully, it wasn't too deep and we made it to our next stop. We're back on Lake Ontario and holy, the water was getting choppy. But ultimately, it was no match for our big bodies. It was time for a quick break, so here's Wesley throwing a big rock because he felt like it. Damn, look at this view. I wish Ridgeway Plaza had a lake like this. Of course, your boy had to show him how it's done. Here's the entire ER waiting room on my shoulders.
The boys! Dude, these are really cool.
First thing to do when you get to camp is open a cold one and drink a brewski with the boys, eh? This is the greatest beer on planet Earth. No man in Ridgeway Plaza can change my opinion ever. Time to unload our gear. One of the greatest feelings in the whole world is sitting around a campfire just vibing out. There's Dwayne's boxers drying up in the back. They got super wet when they capsized. The ground was a little uneven to sleep on, but it's light work still. Time to cook dinner and Daddy Dave is starting off heavy with a steak. Shout out Mama Sohn for marinating Wesley's steaks. He brought enough for the whole park. He even fed some to the bacteria in the dirt. Only men who can deadlift I can't do it. Only men who can deadlift 500 pounds can Asian squat. Only men who can deadlift 500 pounds can Asian squat like this. I had shin black ramen. I was full from all the meat the boys were feeding me. Thankfully, it was easy to find dry wood around our site, so our fire stayed lit for a long time. Fireball jutsu!
Relax, Sasuke. Orochimaru's looking for you.
Before sleeping, we had to tie up our food with a bear hang. There were a lot of dead trees around us, so the branches were kind of weak, but we managed to find one that could hold our entire grocery store. It's morning time, and guess what? It's time for more meat! Here's Wesley using his French press, putting my 3-in-1 to shame. You cannot go wrong with a Spam for breakfast. Even though we had our individual burners, we shared all our food. Sharing is caring.
Better together.
We were feeling a little adventurous, so we paddled out to a nearby island and decided to have lunch there.
This is Officer Big Back. I'm looking for 6 men, athletic build, last seen paddling at Port Credit. Have you seen them?
Back at camp, we wanted to unwind a bit, so here's Dave reading the Holy Gospel according to Joseph.
Did you know that they made Filipino-sized Polish sausages?
Oi! Philippines!
Putang ina
We
mo.
were getting thirsty, so we pulled out the soju and lime. Time for another cheers! Shout out nurses, shout out overworked and underpaid. One last sunset, the view cannot get any better than this. Ethan forgot his worms in Dave's car, but thankfully he is a masturbator and was able to catch a little rock bass. It's time to pack up and do the whole portage all over again, but backwards. After the trip, our reward was back pain, cramps, and the most delicious fish and chips in Huntsville. Hopefully we make this a tradition, come back next year. Thanks for watching and see you later.